Hey, you guys, what is up? It's been probably like a year since I've come on here, so I thought I would create a little movement class for you. Nothing crazy, maybe like 20 minutes or so. I always say that, and it ends up being like double at least that, but we'll see. We'll see where we go. Um, If you want to move with me regularly, I'm teaching online all the time on dailyritual.live, so you can find me there. I posted a video that will be just before this one and in the sequence of these videos, and it kind of shows you what you get and how it looks on the other side in the membership. So if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. My email is info@aliciajane.com, and there's a bunch of links and stuff below whenever this goes live. So I love you, and come and move with me in real life. That would be sweet. Otherwise, let's have some movement right now. So we'll just make your way to a mat, and we'll start standing. So with your feet as wide as your hips, sometimes a little wider feels nice. And just land in your feet. So feel your toes snuggle into the ground, just gentle. And there's like this connection, a gentle spring in the knee, lifted heart, lifted chin, and tapping into your breath here. Allowing the breath to be open and full. Each inhale, we find more length through the spine. And each exhale, we soften and let go. Bend into your knees and reach your arms forward and up towards the sky, reaching way up high, finding a gentle length through the belly, lifted chin, big breath in. Exhale. We're going to draw some circles with our arms, so big arc up and over towards the left. Allow the right arm to collapse forward, rolling through center. Left arm leads the way to lift us back up to the side, reaching high one more time. We'll do two more of those, moving slow, making your connections, letting it be soft, keeping a gentle bend into the knees and toes connected to the ground. Using your breath to inform your movement, staying connected. I always recommend shutting your eyes if you feel comfortable with that. Next time we reach up high, we'll stay for a breath. Press the arms forward, lengthen the belly, and lift the chin. Breathe in. Exhale, let it go. We'll take it the other way. So this time, arcing up and over towards the right side, allowing the length through left side body to extend until we curl forward, rolling through the center, and then opening back up towards the left, reaching up, up, up. Big circles with the arms. The left arm drops forward, curling through the back. And then the right arm leads the way to lift us back up. And take one more of these guys on this side. And then lifting up through the center. Reach your arms just forward of the shoulders. Lift your chin. Breathe in. Exhale, let it go. With your toes connected, weight in the front of the foot, we'll start to reach for the sky. like we're trying to pluck stars out of the sky. A little shifting through the ribs, through the hips. And rather than reaching through the arm, like allowing the shoulder to lift up towards your ear, think about lifting from the lowest rib so that when we reach, it's like push up from the lowest rib, side to side, creating a little bit of a dancey mobility here. Soft shoulders, lifted chin, breathing. Keeping the toes connected, but staying light in the heels, springs in the knees, hips back wide, long, open belly. And then reach up. And then let your arms roll back. Cross the wrists forward, sit back wide. Curl chin in as you reach up. Big stretch, lengthen the belly. Arms release to roll back. Sit back, curl in, lift through the shoulders, cross the wrists, resist them on the way up. Breathe in and roll it back. Curl it in, chin to chest, press the resistance into the wrists. Open through your channel. 2 more times, roll back. Sit back, curl in. Breathing on your way up, big full breath. Release last time, curl it in. You're reaching up, up, up. This time, just catch hold of your wrist or make a little connection with your hands, whatever feels right, and start to reach up, arcing from side to side. And as you do this, press your paws into the ground. So as I arc up, reaching up and over towards the right, I'm pushing into my left paw, like I'm pushing it down into the ground. Sit back, rise high, push the paw, right paw presses into the ground as you arc up and over towards the left side. Okay, release the arms. Take a pause to feel. Big breath in. And let it go. And do that again. Breathe in. And let it go. And take some alternating shoulder rolls, keeping the knees bent and the hips back. You can take your hands to your butt. Just inform a widening and lifting up of the glutes towards your sacrum. Release the arms back forward and we'll lift through the shoulder, roll back. Lift through the shoulder, roll back. And even though the shoulder is sort of informing the motion, it's like the back lowest ribs are actually the ones who are originating or beginning this movement. Let it get really juicy, a little bit of floppy, allow your body to move intuitively, all while keeping the glutes recruited, the lumbar moving into its natural curve, and the toes connected, grounding us into the mat. Okay, find some stillness. Slide the hands down to the tops of the thighs. Root your femurs into the hip socket, maybe hands to the glutes, and widen your seat back and up. Replace the hands, push down into the thighs so that you widen through the back. Feel your shoulder blades expand. We'll release the right arm. It can kind of just like hang And then sweep low and wide towards the left side. Big stretch. The left hand pushes down into the thigh. Lift the chin and soften the shoulders away from the ears. And then sit back. Right hand replaces left arm, drops low, sweeps wide towards the right side. Right hand pushes the thigh away. Draw the left shoulder away from the ear. Breathe. Sit back. Replace the hand. Sweep low. Drive wide towards the left side. Soften where you can. Lift the chin and breathe. Sit back. Pause, press wide. You can think about scooping into the back as you sweep wide towards the right side. We'll take one more on each side. Left hand replaces, right hand drops low. Big stretch, press, reach to open. This time, take your right hand, connect it to the left ribs. Little half hug here. Sit back, widen your seat. Push down the thigh as you rotate the ribs. Little lift and twist spiral. Two more times. Sit back. Press down your thigh. Lift and twist. Right shoulder draws away from the ears. You reach the crown up and over towards the left. One more. Sit back. Lift and twist, rotate the ribs, and keep both groins anchored back. Reach through the crown, open up. And then release, right arm lowers and then stretches one more time, open. And then release, right hand to right thigh. Left arm drops low, big stretch, sweep over to the right side. This time we'll take the left hand, connect it to the right ribs, root the hips back. Right hand pushes down the thigh, lift and rotate the ribs, spiral. Sit back, press down the thigh, lift and twist, open. Left shoulder draws away from the ear, lift the chin. One more time, root the hips, press down the thigh, rotate the ribs, and reach the crown. We'll just release the left hand and drive it wide towards the right side last time. And then release, take a little sway, rinse it out. And take a pause, just feel. Big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Do it again. Breathe in. Let go. Interlace your hands behind your sacrum, behind your low back. Bend into the knees, nice and solid bend here. And then slide your hips back as you begin to hinge your heart and belly forward. You can continue to go into a fold unless this is where it feels right for you to stay. Either way, you can make that choice. If you're coming for a fold, you can extend the arms, reach them up to the sky, and continue to fold towards the ground. And the head dangles, soften through shoulders and neck. The hands can gently pull apart from each other for extra engagement. Pause, press wide, continue to inform a rooting of the femur back into the hip socket, a widening of your butt. And soften where you can, breathe. You don't want to feel too strained through the hamstrings. If you need to bend your knees more, go for that. Lift halfway, rebend the elbows, take the hands back to the sacrum, reach the crown, pause to connect the paws, press wide to the side, feel your glutes light up. We're going to sweep the heart to the sky. Big inhale takes us up. Pull the hands down to your butt. Beam your heart up, up, up. And then release. A little shake. Hey, step your feet wide. Slide the hands down to the tops of the thighs. Anchor your hips back and wide. The weight can be forward in the paw of the foot, and the paws can be resisting down and out to the sides. So you feel your butt light up. We don't want to be curling in, and crimping, sort of that tucked in position. We want to keep our glutes wide, back and up. Take some alternating shoulder dips, dropping shoulder from side to side. And as you drop each shoulder to the side, you can press the hand to the inner thigh, and keeping the belly long and the lumbar spine moving into its natural curve. Hey, come back. Land your hands down to the mat. Pull your heart forward, press into the ground to widen the back, and then step back into hands and feet. And take your feet as wide as your hips, nice solid bend into the knees, and just start to play with a pulse forward and back. As you pulse your heart forward, press down the mat. Feel the shoulder blades widen and expand on the back. Paws can be pressing wide, down and out to the side, as well as down and back. Hey, you can start to sway through your hips like you're drawing an infinity, and keeping the hips high, and just finding a softness through the hips into the belly. And then adding a little bit more structure, we'll drop one knee down through the center as we widen the opposite ribs to the side. And then sit back. Opposite knee drops down towards the center and widen the opposite ribs to the side. Hey. And keep your heart full. Lower the knees down to the mat. Untuck the toes. Top of the foot gently presses down and resists back. Can begin to slide into the ribs from side to side. As the ribs glide wide towards the right side, left ear can draw towards left shoulder. And the opposite for when the ribs glide wide towards the left side. Right ear can draw towards right shoulder. You could even play with a little curling in of the chin to the chest and pushing into the ground to widen the back. And perhaps these evolve into some full rib rolls, like kind of like wax on, wax off. Moving in one direction, the hips pull back, and then moving in the opposite direction. Hey, we'll find some stillness. Slide the hips to sit back on the heels, hands to the tops of the thighs. Feel your shoulder blades widen to the side. Lift the chin. Pause for a breath. Breathe in. Exhale, let it go. And do that again. Breathe in and let it go. Connect your hands to your heart and just feel your beautiful beat. Yay. Release your hands and connect the top of the feet. Press down with a subtle drag back to create a low bridge in the ankle. Sweep the hands forward, both hands catch behind the skull. The elbows pull forward and narrow, and the head resists back into the hands. We'll find a couple of pulses through the center. Anchor your hips back and wide. Lift through the midline. Open. Sit back, widen your seat. Lift heart to sky, big stretch, reach and rise. We'll take two more. Sit back, lift it up, stretch high, elbows resisting wide. Last one, big lift high, open. And then slide your hips back, draw your chin into the chest, rounding through the upper back. And take a little exploration, sliding the ribs from side to side. And just connecting into the back of the heart and breathing into new feeling, expanding from the inside out. Come back through center, neutralize, slide the hips back, let your belly soften forward and long, lift up, stretch high. Take one more pulse through the midline, open channel. And then release. And take a pause to feel. Walk your hands forward. Make your way into all fours, hands and knees. And just begin to find a pulse forward and back. And as you pulse your hips back, the knees can press wide. And as you spring your heart forward, you can press into the ground and feel your back widen. Feel the shoulder blades widen. Next time we slide the hips back, we'll peel the left knee open to the side, place your paw to the mat, and kickstand the right foot out just a little bit. Slide your hips back towards the right heel. Keep the belly long and then arc, rise, open into the left side. And play a couple pulses here. The left paw can press down, resist down and back as you lift and open into the rainbow of your your left ribs. Right ear can draw towards right shoulder, lift the chin and lengthen through the neck. And take a big stretch, left arm presses, reaching, opening. There's a relationship that as the left paw pushes down, we can find so much length through the left hand. One more big stretch. Come back through center, hands and knees. Undulate through the spine, rinse it out. And find your wave. Slide the hips back, long open belly. And then rolling through the back, press down the mat. So finding the articulation through each vertebrae. And then find some stillness with your hips anchoring back Connect two fists to the mat. Use your fists resist down and back as you lengthen and tone through the belly. So there's a little tug of war, resisting the fists down and energetically dragging them back towards the knees while pushing down the ground, holding the open width through the whole rib cage. The hips keep resisting back as we stretch the heart forward. And then lower your forearms down to the mat. Connect your fists into a little triangle. Forearms push. Again, widening through the shoulder blades, filling through the back heart. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, and just take a little pedal of the heels. Okay, knees move wide, connect the toes, sit back into child's pose. Let your heart melt. Forehead connects to the mat. If it doesn't feel right, you can always take wide elbows with a double fist stack. Wherever you land, soften where you can. Use your breath and melt. Okay, take one more full breath here. With your fingertips gripping forward, begin to initiate the roll through your spine like a wave crashing up onto the shore. You can fix your knees back underneath of the hips and rinse through the back. Finding that beautiful roll, that fluid connection through the spine. And then find some stillness. Begin to pulse forward and back while maintaining the alignment of your spine, that the cervical and the lumbar spine are moving slightly inwards, and the thoracic spine, the whole rib cage, is wide and expanding from the inside out. We'll slide the hips way back. Peel the right knee open to the side. Place your paw to the mat and kickstand the left foot out just a little bit. Root the hips back and wide towards the left heel. Arc, rise, open into the right side. You can play with the relationship of the right paw pressing down and resisting back as you lift and open into the rainbow of your right ribs. Left ear draws towards left shoulder. Lift the chin and find space and openness through the neck. Reach your right arm long. Stretch, press, open through the whole right side. Sit back, widen the seat. Stretch into length, open. It's a beautiful place to use the right paw. Push down, resist away as you lengthen, opening through the hand. Okay, come back through center. We'll take some big barrel rolls. Circle through the ribs in one direction. You can use your head moving in opposite direction. And switch your roll other way. And then cross your ankles behind you. Walk your hands back while sitting on the butt in a cross-legged position. You can take your hands and widen your seat. Lift up the butt. Hands to the tops of the thighs. Just take a pause here to feel. Find length through the spine. Lift the chin. Breathe. And soften on the exhale. And do that again. Breathe in. And soften. And place your hands behind you for support. You can let the feet move forward as wide as the mat with knees bent. And start to rinse the knees from side to side just a couple of times. When the knees land to the left, we'll let them stay there. Pick up your right hand, travel it to meet beside your left hand. Both hands can face away from you. You're going to push the ground away, curl your chin into your chest, find a fullness and a lift through the back of your heart. Can breathe here, use your breath to be the movement. So it's that movement from the inside out. And then we'll switch sides. You can lift the right hand, bring it back. Knees shift towards the right. The left hand travels to meet beside the right hand. Both hands face away. Push the ground away. Curl your chin into your chest. And just breathe into the back. We're lifting into the fullness of the back of your heart. And with the support of your left hand, extend the right arm long to lie onto your side and transition to the back. With your feet connected to the ground behind, just to the mat and your knees bent. Let your arms land by your side and take a pause to feel the ground beneath you. We'll lift the knees into the air to 90 degrees. Reach your arms up into the sky. Press up high. Lift the chin out of the throat. We'll take active twist, knees halfway to the right, arms halfway to the left. Stretch, press, reach long, open on a diagonal. Lengthening, toning, reaching. Back center, knees to the left, arms to the right. Take a reach. Lengthening on your diagonal. Pressing, stretching, kicking far. Back through center, knees to the right, arms to the left. Stretch, open, breathe. Back through center, knees to the left, arms to the right. Big stretch, reach, open. Come back through center more time on each side. Knees to the right, arms to the left. This time you can play with a little pulse through the legs, kicking, pushing, frog, frog leg style. And keeping the chin lifted and reaching into tone through belly, through whole body. Knees to the left, arms to the right. Option to take those little pulses here, imagining like you're pushing away a heavy box, reaching into extension through the whole belly and body. Come back through center, hands connect to the knees, let the knees pull heavy, little rock from side to side. We'll take a happy baby to end the class. Hands to the paws. You can energetically press up into your paws into your hands. And option to stay just kind of like rooted here, grounding. Option to play a little bit with a ninja chop rock, just rocking from side to side, extending legs. Maybe as you rock to the left side, the right leg extends and the left knee curls in. Maybe both legs extend. Maybe we're rainbowing. Maybe you want to start rolling into a seat, you know, little seat rolls. And so, what that looks like, I never teach this. So, um, the left leg extends and then we curl it in as we move to the left, and the right leg stretches to pick us up. Yeah, the farthest leg has to be the one that's extending to lift you up. Okay. When that feels complete, and just find your way back onto the space that you can land your feet back to the mat. Hands rest beside you. But with your feet connected to the mat, just start to like back and forth on the mat. Give yourself a little body rock, just gentle. And when that feels complete, you can extend your legs long. Lift your butt, widen it up towards your sacrum. Connect your hands to either side of your heart, to your shoulders, even lifting the whole rib cage to widen through the back, and then placing yourself down with more space and openness. The hands can connect behind the neck, fingertips on either side of the cervical spine. A little massage opportunity here. And just pulling the flesh up, opening the back of the neck. And as we align the back, we open the front. If your traps feel fiery, you can always take your hands, fingers, and thumbs to the traps, little pinch and pull. If you're like most of the world, we're holding a lot in our shoulders and in our neck. And so just giving some love there. And as you feel ready, you can land your hands by your side. Take a deep breath in. Exhale with a sigh. And do that again. Breathe in. And let go. And let yourself melt into the support of the earth. And let yourself breathe and feel integrate and assimilate all of this good work. Hmm. I love you. I love you. I love you. I hope you enjoy this class. And like I said, it's not 20 minutes, it's definitely 40 minutes, but just on time. So come move with me, dailyritual.live, and I hope to see you there. Peace out.